we are doing August 2025, and the examiner had given us the average revenue function and the total cost function, and he told us we derive a profit function. For you to get a profit function, I say that you get total revenue minus total cost. But I don't have total revenue. But I am given the average revenue. So I can say that from average revenue is equal to what? If you're getting average revenue, what do you use? You get the total cost, rather the total revenue, divided by the X, divided by the total number of units. That's how you're going to get average revenue. But I already have the average revenue. I need the total revenue. So how can I get total revenue? So total revenue will be the X, this X you're seeing, then times average what? Average revenue. So average revenue is equal to this X times what do you have as your average revenue? It is here. So here you're supposed to just use your common sense. Use your common sense, guys. Don't think that everything will always be direct. Sometimes you have to just know that these things, the total revenue is different from average revenue. Okay, so if you open a bracket, this will be 55x, then minus x times 3x squared, x times 3x, you get 3x what? 3x squared. Because this x will be multiplied by x and it becomes x squared. So that is your total revenue. That is your total revenue. Now, since I have total revenue, I can get the profit. I can get the profit function, which is equal to what? Where there is total revenue, I put the function. I put this one. Then minus, I told you that when you're saying minus open bracket, minus the total costs. So open the bracket. Then what will you get? This will be 55x minus okay, this will be this minus x squared, then minus, because we are opening brackets now, minus a negative times a positive, you get a negative. So it will be minus 15x. Always open bracket here. Minus 15x. Then minus a minus times a minus, you get a positive. Plus what? Plus 50. So when you correct like terms, start with the higher powers. You have x squared. So it is -3. You start with these ones where you have squared. So -3 minus 1, what do you get? That will be -4, -4x squared. Because a negative plus a negative, the negatives will increase. Then now you deal with where you have xx. So it will be 55 minus 15. What do you get? 55 minus 15. What do you get? It will be positive what? That is 40x. Then plus 50. So that is your profit. That is your profit function. But they are saying that you use the profit function to determine the maximized profit and total revenue. So what did we say? At maximum level or point, the first derivative of the profit, the derivative of this profit will be equal to, the derivative will be equal to 0. But you don't have the first derivative. You need the first differentiate. This will be equal to, when we differentiate this, what do you get? When you differentiate that, what do we get? Those who were following last time. When you differentiate, what do you get? Let's differentiate together. Tell me.
Negative 8x.
Negative 8x.
Plus 40.
Plus 40. Perfect. So the moment you have your first derivative, you will equate this one to 0. You equate this one to 0. Okay. So you will say this one will be equal to, this one will be equal to 0, because we say that the first derivative is equal to 0. That is a rule. Okay, so we need x. We need x, so it will be negative 8x. Negative 8x is equal to negative 40. So your x is what? Your x is what? Your x, 40 divided by 8, that is 5. Your x is 5. So at maximum, the maximized, so once you get your x, the question is get the maximized profit. So the maximized profit, maximized profit will be equal to, now from the profit function, this is the profit function, substitute. You substitute here. You substitute where there is x, put 5. So it will be negative 4 times what? Times 5 squared. The 5 is the one that is squared. Then plus 40 times 5 plus 50. What do you get? What do you get? What do you get? What do you get? I'm waiting for you. Put some speed, we need to do more. Guys, use your calculator and tell me.
150.
You get 150. The maximized profit, 150. Your figures in millions or what? Because if examiner has not, so you just stop there. That is 150. Then you go ahead and get total revenue. Get the total revenue. You need to read the question carefully. Total revenue. Total revenue will be what? Total revenue will be what? From your revenue function. This is your revenue function, total revenue function. So substitute. Where there is x, put this will be 55 times 5, then minus open bracket 3 times what? 5 squared. What do you get on your calculator? What do you get on your calculator? You get what? 400?
200.
Any question? Okay, we are done with that. So let's look at the one of May 2025. I want to show you that these things are not hard, guys. You know, I have many of you are saying that QT is becoming hard. No, the moment you put it in your mind that the paper is hard, trust me, it will be hard forever. it will be very hard for you. But these things are not hard. These things are not hard. Some of you have fear when it comes to math. Even your hand is be shaking. Your hands can be shaking. Please, please, please. Take away your fear. As long as you're in a CPA system, just open your mind and try to learn. Involve yourself in discussions. Ask us as many questions as possible. So here we have May 2025. Are you in a position to see my screen? Are you in a position to see my screen? Kindly respond.
Yes.
Those who want the question, you can take the screenshot. So we are doing part A, B, and C. How many marks? You see? How many marks? Don't think that we are discussing things which are not examinable. How many marks? This is May, in this year, May 2025. You have 16 marks, like 50, 16. You're left with how many? You score those 15, you're left with how many to pass? You guys, what matters with professional course is 50. Before you look at 90, secure 50. Plan well, plan very well as you tackle these questions. Plan very well. You can easily raise 50, let me tell you. As long as you have been consistent in following all the sessions, in practicing, you can raise 50. But for you, every time you try to attempt, you say, but this paper is hard. Like, you cannot pass. Already you're telling your mind that the paper is hard. Whatever you're reading, you look at it as if it is hard. Guys, want to see you shining in December. For us, we are doing our part. You see the way I discuss a lot of questions, like I'm spoon feeding you. Okay, here, distinguish between marginal cost and marginal revenue. Part A, we are talking about marginal revenue. What is marginal revenue? Marginal revenue is the additional revenue, and from the production and sale of an extra unit. Okay, how much are you going to sell from that product, from what you produced as extra? Okay, marginal revenue is the additional revenue and from the production and sale of an extra unit of output. Okay. Then when it comes to marginal cost is the additional cost incurred from the production of an extra or additional, from production of an extra unit of output. You have your 4 marks. You're done. 4 marks. Sometimes we don't need to blame examiners that they are setting hard papers. You see the reason why sometimes examiners do like this. People hate calculus. Now, you start saying now calculus is hard. Yet it should be one of the topics to save you in an exam. Guys, don't say that this topic is hard. I keep telling you. Part B, utilize us. If a topic is hard, tell us that we discuss more. We discuss more this area. Let's give, because like I think the way I discuss these questions, I give you more number. I discuss a lot of questions. Of course, you need to go ahead and do more, without cramming. Okay. So part B, what are they telling us? Part B, what are they telling us? We are told to determine the number of wooden baby toy cars that must be produced and sold in order to earn a revenue of shillings. This. How many wooden baby toy cars that must be produced and sold in order to earn the revenue. Now, here you have the revenue to be earned. Understand the question. They need the number X. You are given the, okay, here we are not meaning your number of what? X's. Just the X here. You're given the revenue gained from producing and selling X wooden baby toy cars can be modeled by the equation. So you have the revenue function. You have the revenue function. This is the revenue function. So what can you do? What comes into your mind? Like this is like free marks. Free mark. Where there is R, put this and look for X. Like these questions, sometimes I look at a question and I say that, how? Indeed, here examiner wanted people to pass. So here you're given the R as 760. 760. We are given R as 760x minus what? 760x minus what? 3x squared. 3x squared. 3x squared. So that's what we are given. We are told to look for X. Just determine the number. Determine the number. You need X. You are given the revenue. You're given R. So where there is R, put what? Where there is R. So where there is R, we are putting 4 to 500, which will be equal to this. Which will be equal to this. So look for X. Look for X. So here you can reorganize your thingy. This is 3x. This will be 3x. I'm taking this one, the whole of this side. 3x squared. 3x squared. Then minus 760 x plus 42,500, which will be equal to 0. So I'm taking this all of this to left side. It means that the sign will change. It means that the sign will change. So solve this using a quadratic equation. You can first test and see whether these figures are all divisible by 3. Are they divisible by 3? It is better to work with the less figures. Are they divisible by 3? Or?
No.
Okay. If they are not divisible by 3, you use using the quadratic using the equation. Okay. Or you can say from the quadratic equation. You reach in an exam because of your pressure, you even end up forgetting the quadratic equation. You know. It can happen. Finding it is not given in the formula sheet. This is your quadratic equation from x is equal to, that is your quadratic equation. What is your A? A is what? A is what? A is this figure that you have here. A is 3. If you have x squared only, it means that A will be 1. So A is 3, then B is what? B is negative 760. Then C is what? C is 42,500. So substitute in your formula. And get T. So substitute in the formula. Where there is B, we are putting minus what? Minus, I can just put 760. 76. So here it's negative 760. Then I open a bracket here. This is 4 times A. A is 3. Then times C is 4,500. Then over 2 times what? 3. What are you going to get? Your x will be what? First deal with the square root. First get the square root of everything. You can now on your calculator. You guys all get your calculator. Get 760 squared on your calculator. You can don't put negative, because a squared time x, or a negative times negative, you get positive. So simply get 760 squared minus. So what do you get using your calculator? 760 squared minus open bracket 4 times 3 times this close bracket. Then the answer you get, press on the square root, then answer. What do you get? Take square root of your answer. What do you get? All of you use your calculator. Some of you don't use your calculators, you just copy. Okay. How will you manage time? Start now. Guys, tell me, what do you have after taking square root?
I'm getting 260.
260. All of you? That's what you have?
Yes.
So this means that either x is equal to this. I put a plus, or x is equal to, I put a minus. So the first x will be what?
Abel, our 760 is a negative.
No. Yeah, from B was negative. B was negative. But do you see what you have on the formula? You have negative B on the formula. So when you substitute negative, you get a plus. You get it? So here
Yes,
it is like minus. It becomes what? A plus. That's why I'm not putting a negative. Is it clear now?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Okay. So what do you get as your x here? The first x is what? You get this open bracket, 760 plus 260 close bracket divided by 6. What do you get?
$170.
170. Or x is equal to what? Or x is equal to
83.33.
80.
3.33.
83.33.
Not 183, it's 83.
Oh. So when you have this scenario, now one figure is positive and another one is like this, and then you go with what? Go with the x will be 170 since the number cannot be since the ones you're dealing with, the wooden baby toy cars cannot be in fraction. You're simply looking for x. It doesn't mean that you're looking for the x that maximizes what? You're not looking for x that maximizes revenue. Differentiate these two. You are not given the maximum revenue. You are simply given revenue. Those things are different. Maximum revenue is just different from revenue. If you were given maximum revenue, then they are here. When you get two values, probably you go ahead and do what? And differentiate for the second time. You differentiate this, you differentiate for the second time. But here really, you just need x, the value of x. Now, when you get one figure that is a whole number and another one that is in decimal point, take the one that has a whole number. Because here you're looking at only revenue. You are not looking for the one that maximizes revenue. Okay? There is a reason why I'm doing these numbers, just to show you that you will score these marks, but on conclusion, if you're not serious, you failed the one mark at conclude. Here you have the mark at conclude. Okay? So we
Excuse
are
me,
done with.
I didn't get well the answer you gave to someone who asked, why is it that our 760 we didn't carry the negative?
Okay. So about we see what we have in our formula. Are you is the screen visible enough?
It is.
You see where there is B. B is what? Negative B.
Negative.
Then when it comes to your equation, this is A. Then your B, are you seeing your B? Your B
Yes.
is negative 760. Your B is
Yes.
negative 760. So we substitute in the formula. When we substitute in the formula, I start with what? Negative, okay? The negative that is on the formula. Then I put what is B. B is what? B is still negative. It is still negative. So if you say negative, what comes? Negative means what?
Positive.
So that's why you see, I am just writing like this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Any other question?
Okay, when you explain it like that, I feel it's okay. But when you're given a positive B.
Yes, if it is a positive B, then of course, it on your formula, it will be negative, then write positive 760. It will remain as negative. You get, It will remain as it becomes only plus if your B from this equation was negative. If it was negative, it means that you have negative. So negative becomes what? A plus. Okay. Is it okay?
Okay.
And you see that the Casimiro thing, you can be off. The moment you put here a negative, yet it is a positive, everything will be wrong. Eh? Everything will be wrong. Okay. So we are done with that. Is to maximize revenue. Then we need to do two things. One, you will need the first derivative of revenue function. This is your revenue function. This is your revenue function, this one. So first get the first derivative, the first differentiation. The first differentiation is what? If we differentiate this, what do you get? That is 760 minus what?
Minus 6x.
Minus 6x. But you see, we are just assuming yet. Sometimes these questions are set, are setting examiner want to prove something. Like now here, it is not to maximize. Whatever we are doing, we are just making assumption. So you go ahead and get the second derivative, But you see, because we are making assumption, the second derivative will be left with only what? You'll be left with only 6, because when you differentiate this, you get 0. When you differentiate this, you get negative what? Negative 6. So it becomes hard for you to prove. Because when you're proving to know which x maximizes the revenue, you substitute in your second derivative the value of x. You will say, after getting here, if let's say it was, assume here you had, let's say, power 3. Assume here we had power 3, then this would be like 9x squared. Okay, let me just assume 9x squared after differentiating. Then when you differentiate for the second time, this will be what? Negative 18. When you differentiate for the second time, this will be negative what? Negative 18x. Now, once you have this second derivative, you say when x is equal to your first figure. Remember, all this is just assumption. All this is just assumption. So when x is equal to 170, what do you get? When x is equal to the other figure, what do you get? But you see, still, if it is negative, you will get all the answers as what? As negatives. Remember, we said in a scenario where second derivative is greater than 0, that value will give you what? A minimum turning point or a maximum turning point? Those who can recall, what did we say? If the second derivative has given you a value that is greater than 0, does that one show a minimum turning point or a maximum turning point?
Minimum.
If it is above, if you have a positive figure, here it's a positive figure. If you have a positive figure on the second derivative, then this one gives you, indicates a minimum turning point. So if you are to minimize cost, you go with that value of x that has given you a positive figure. But if you are to maximize, then I should be in a position to see on my second derivative the value of x giving me negative, and this one indicates a maximum turning point. So a figure that gives you a negative value, a figure of x, when you substitute here in your second derivative, and you get the second derivative as negative, it means that value of x has helped you to know the value of x that can help you to maximize the revenue or the profit. That's how we test. That's how we test. But you see, like in this question, you cannot proceed. You cannot proceed to do these things. No, because examiner knew that here you just stop on this point. Just he wants to see, can you conclude with these two? Okay? Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, where are we? We are told that part C, determine how many pens should be produced per day in order to meet. You see the language, in order to do what? To minimize. In your mind, immediately think about the first. At minimum point, the first derivative is always equal to what? To 0. At least think about that. Okay? Determine how many pens should be produced per day in order to minimize production costs. Now here you're dealing with costs. What are you given? We are told that a production facility is capable of producing 60,000 pens per day. And the total cost of producing X pens in a day is given by a function, this. So you have a function. This is your function, this one. You have a function. So, this is the cost function. Very easy. So this is part C. We have the cost function. You can tell me as I write, that is what? 250,000. Plus 2 out of plus 2 out of 5. So it is 250,000 plus 2 out of 5x. X what? Plus 2 out of 5x plus 200,000. 200
It's
plus
2 out
200.
of 25.
2 out of, okay, 250,000. Mm-hmm. 250,000 plus 2 out of 25x.
25x plus 200 million.
Plus what?
200 million.
200 million only. That is over what? This is 200 million. Over what? 200 million over X, over X. Because when you look at the question, it is over. It is 200 million, this one, 200 million over X. So can you differentiate? Examiner know that when he puts some like these things, students can go off. The best strategy you can use here. So you first rearrange your work. So this will be, I first rearrange my work like this. I told you when you have something like 1 over b, 1 over b is the same as b power negative 1. If you have 2 over x, it is the same as 2x power negative 1 if you want to remove the denominator. So it will be 200 200 million, 200 million x power negative 1 if I want to remove this denominator. Okay, so the moment you rearrange, it will be easier for you to differentiate. It will be easier for you to differentiate at minimum point, because we want the value of x that minimizes cost. So at minimum point or level, the first derivative of x is equal to, now we differentiate, the first derivative of x will be 0. So let's first get the first derivative of the cost function. The first derivative at minimum point, the first derivative of cost function will be 0. So what is that first derivative? We differentiate. Let's differentiate this. You tell me. This will be 0. If you differentiate a constant, you get 0. When you differentiate this, what do you get? When you differentiate this, what do you get? The power is 1. 1
X
times 2.
over 20.
It will be 2 out of 25 only. Do you agree?
Yes.
It will be 2 out of 25 because here you will be left with x power 0. Any number power 0 is always 1. So 2 out of 25 times 1, you get 2 out of 25. Then plus, when you differentiate this, what do you get? Negative. The original power is negative 1. So get the original power times the constant here. You get negative what? This is negative 200. No, when I say so, plus negative 200. Negative 200 million. What will be the new power? You reduce the original power by 1. When you reduce the original power, when we say minus 1, what do you get? It will be x power what?
Negative 2.
It will be x power negative. Power negative. So that's what you are supposed to do. So you equate this to 0. You equate this to 0. Equate this to 0. When you equate this to 0, what does this one mean? It means that here I will have something like I take this one, this side. Or even you can handle this as okay, this one here. You are supposed to pay attention. I know people were confused in an exam. So you take this one. You see, in QT paper, you need to be really very critical. This paper tests your critical thinking, and how you attack the problems. How you attack the problems. So it is 2 out of 25 is equal to this. This is power 2. So I'm taking this one, this side. It is a negative. When it goes to the right side, it becomes a positive. So when I am having something like this, this is what you're going to do at this point. You again introduce introduce the denominator. So what you will do here, it will be okay. It will be like the way you see it here, 2 out of 25. 2 out of 25 will be equal to, if I rearrange, it will be equal to just let me rearrange. I reintroduce the denominator. So it will be like this, but in the x, it will be okay. Just a minute. So it will be here x power 2 without a negative, because now you are introducing a denominator. This negative is there because you remove the the denominator. We indicated this negative where? We indicated this negative because we are removing the denominator. We introduced this negative because we are removing the denominator. Okay, so we reintroduce to help us to get the value of x. When you cross multiply, what do you get? Without this technique, it becomes hard for you to proceed. So when you cross multiply, it will be 2x squared. 2x squared will be equal to what? When you get 25 times this, what do you get? 25 times 200 million. What do you get? What do you get?
5 billion.
Pardon?
5 billion.
5 billion. Okay. When your answer is still there, divide by 2. Okay. Okay, 5 billion. Let me first write. 5 billion. Those are 9 zeros. Let me hope you have 9 zeros if you tell me 5 billion.
Yes.
Okay. So this will be x squared is equal to, now you divide everything by 2. What do you get?
2.5 billion.
2.5 billion. Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
So when you take square root, it will be minus o plus c. Okay, minus o plus that. Of course, you will not go with negative. Square root of this, what do you get?
50,000.
You get 50,000. Eh?
Yes.
50. So your x is 50,000. That is the value. That is the value. Here you are supposed to be very, very critical. Determine how many pennies should be produced per day. So this company should produce 50,000 pennies per day in order to minimize production costs. 50,000 pennies produced per day in order to full stop. But it was very easy, you see, it was very easy, but to rearrange, to just come up with that idea, it's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. Just you need to be sharp. You need to think very fast. Okay, just to know that once I reach here, I now reintroduce the denominator. Just that one alone, you kill the examiner. Know that here, Murina. Okay, so that was a question. Not hard, but just if you don't know how to rearrange or to work around, you can end up losing those marks. And the QT, you actually, QT is a paper where you can actually mark yourself. You can know that this paper I have failed based on what I have, because you'll be seeing marks. Have you scored these 4? You'll be seeing them. Party B ganye. You know that you now 4 marks are gone. No miracle. No miracle. But I told you, as long as you can raise on a question, if you can raise 10 marks, please do that. question. If you can raise 8, don't panic, because you'll get a question where you can raise above 10. It can compensate where you scored 8. So the strategy should be score 8 and above. Your strategy should be score on a question, score 8 and above. But a person who has practiced very well, you can score, you can get 2 questions where you can score above, at least above 13 marks. Okay, so how many so far? Let's look at the next one. If you're not steady, you cannot know that it is calculus. December 2022. Question 6, part C. Okay, you have how many marks? You have 9 plus 1, those are 10 marks. What are you given? We are told that on a particular day at the stock exchange, D and N stock index opens come and buy promotion with shillings 4,000 starting at 9 a.m. The value, that is F, at time T past 9 a.m. is given by equation F is equal to this. You are given the what? You are given the function F is equal to 4,000 minus 16 t squared plus 8t power 3 minus 3 out of 4 at t power 4. Determine the value of FTSE at noon. Where do you start from? Now you leave a question which is easy. You go to other questions that are very hard. Please, guys, you need it. Even if we discuss 100 questions on calculus, as a person, you need to really be critical in an exam, because probably you may not be having a number like in this. You may have or you may not have the number that, like in the style that we have discussed. Some they try to change because we have a lot of questions. On calculus. So examiner can set any. Okay. So here we have this. Determine the value of FTSE at noon. Remember, this is the time. We are told that the value of T at time T past 9 a.m. is given by what? By this function. And the value of F past 9, this is the value. So we need the value of F at noon. So from this, it was a very interesting one. This is December 2022. Question 6. This was part what? Was it part B, part C? Part C. Okay, so here from F is equal to the equation, you help man be telling me, those who have, you help man tell me it is 4,000 minus 16t squared. 4,000 minus 16t squared. After t squared, what is there?
Plus 8t cubed.
Oh, it is not plus, it is minus here. Okay, plus what?
8t cubed.
8t cubed. This is power 3.
Minus 3 out of 4 t power 4.
Okay, 3 out of, just a minute. Three out of 4.
T power 4.
T power 4. So that's what we have. This was at any time past noon, rather past 9. This is the value of f past 9. So at noon, what do you think is t? What is t at noon? If you calculate from 9 to noon, how many hours? How many hours? From 9 a.m. to noon, how many hours are those? This was past 9, eh? This was past 9, so you don't include 9, eh? You don't include 9 a.m. So count from 10, 11, and noon. Those are how many hours? Those are 3. Those are 3. So at noon, T is 3. 3 hours at noon. Substitute and get F. How many marks? We need F at noon. So at noon, T will be 3. By noon, T will be 3. So substitute. Where there is T, put what? Put 3. Do you have your marks? You cannot figure out this. You cannot pass. So it is 3 power 3. Then minus what? Minus 3 out of this into this is t, which is 3 power 4. What is the answer? You have your 2 marks. When you substitute, what is the answer? I'm waiting for you, and that will be the value of what? That will be your value. I'm waiting for you. You just press these things in your calculator. 4,000 minus 16 into.
Abel, sorry to take you back. How did you get the 3?
Okay. Here they are telling us that the value of t at time t. Are you seeing that? At time t, past what? Past 9. Past 9. So if they say past 9 a.m., it means that 9 is not inclusive. So the value of t past 9 is this one. So we need the value of f at noon. So at noon, from the time past 9 to noon, how many hours are those? So you count, that is 10 a.m., 11 a.m., then also noon. And there's 3 hours. So that's how I'm getting T. Someone who asked, are you on?
Yes, thank you so much. I've understood.
That's how we are getting T as 3. Okay? And we are done. What do you get as your answer? Guys, put some speed. What do you get? You guys, what is the answer?
Me, I'm getting 4,011.25.
Okay, that was part A. Okay. Part B, what are we told? We are told that calculate the highest value of the index during the day. Calculate the highest. You see the word? It's like saying calculate the maximum. Okay. So calculate the highest value of index during the day. During the day. To the nearest shilling. How do you handle this? 7 marks. It is also easy. So part B, you're going to say from your equation here, from this equation. Of course, at highest level or at highest point, this is like at maximum. The first derivative of this must be equal to 0. So for you, you're finding your used of x, now you're given it t, you'll be confused. So let's differentiate. If you differentiate, what do you get? This will be 0. 2 times 16, that is negative 32 t. Then plus what? Plus 3 times 8, that is 24. 24 t what? You'll be left with 3 minus 1. The new power will be 2. So it will be t squared. Then minus, if you get 4 times 3 divided by 4, what do you get? That is 3. That will be 3, because this 4 will cancel with this. Okay. Then what will be your new power? That will be t power 3. So that is your first derivative. Equate this first derivative to 0. Equate this first derivative to 0. Equate this first derivative to 0. So you see now you have t. Divide the t both sides. Divide the t both sides, you will be left with, and you can divide by negative t. Oh, anyway, let's first start with t here. You'll be left with negative 32 plus 24t minus 3 what? 3t squared. 3t squared. Because we are dividing everything, it will be equal to 0. Okay? So when you have something like this, think about what? Think about the quadratic equation. In short, it's like negative 3t squared, 3t squared, then plus 24t minus 32 is equal to 0. So substitute in your quadratic equation. So from this, now where there is x, you put t. What is your a? What is your a? Are you guys still on, or you're asleep? Are you still on? What is your a? What is your a?
3.
It is negative 3. Then what is your b? Positive 24. Then your c? Your c is negative 32. So substitute in your formula. So now those who were asking, are you seeing your B? So in the formula we have negative, so it will be negative B, which is 24 now. It is not like negative, negative. It is not like negative, negative. Someone is saying, pardon on how you have differentiated. Okay. Here, how we have differentiated this. So original power, you remember when we are differentiating, we get the original power, which is 4 times the constant, which is 3 out of 4. So 4 times 3, what do you get? You get 12 divided by 4. If you divide by 4, you get this one. Then what will be your new power? Original power was 4, you remove 1. You subtract 1 from 4. You'll be left with 3. Is it okay? Someone with a chat, is it okay? Okay. So we substitute here, our B is 24 into 4 times A. A is negative what? Negative 3 times C, which is negative 32. Please put these things on your calculator direct. So put 24 squared minus open bracket 4 times negative 3 times negative 32 close bracket. Okay, equal signs. Now, when your answer is still there, press on square root, then press on the button that has answer. Then press on equal signs. Just tell me, what do you have after taking the square root? What is your T after taking square root? After taking square root of everything, what do you have?
I got a 13.856.
13.35636. Okay.
856.
So it means that 13.80.
56.
So I can just write it. So it means that either your T is what? The first one, T is what? Or T is. Just tell me the answer you have on your calculator. The first one is what? Put bracket, open bracket, negative 24 plus 13.686, close bracket, divide by negative 6. What do you have? Don't forget to close bracket. You open bracket, negative 24 plus 13.86, close bracket, divide by negative 6. What do you have? Positive what? Pardon?
1.690.
1.690. Okay, then here, open bracket, negative this minus this, close bracket, divide by negative 6.
6.31.
6.31. So you have positive values. Remember, you want a value that you want to maximize. You want to maximize. You want to maximize the highest value of index. So since you want to maximize, here at this point, you can't know which time is going to help you to maximize. So you have to do, so you have to establish or to get the value of T that that maximize that yield is that maximize, that yield is maximum or minimum. I don't know. That yield the maximum value. I have to test for the nature of the turning point using second derivative. So from the first derivative, what was your t? T was okay. What was from the first derivative? This was our first derivative. The first time we differentiated, this was the first derivative. So it means that our second derivative, that is f like this, will be equal to, we differentiate this. When you differentiate, what do you get? This will be negative 32. Plus what? You get this 2 times 24, which is 48. You reduce the original power by 1, so you'll be left with 1 minus the 3 times 3, that is 9. T power what? You reduce the original power by 1, so it is t power 2. So here it is t power 2. So that is the second derivative. Once you get the second derivative, you're going to say that when t is equal to 1.16, what will be your second derivative? This is what I was telling you. So substitute. This will be negative 32 plus open bracket 48 times 1.69 close bracket minus open bracket 9 times 1.69. This is squared. What do you get here? What do you get? Then you go ahead and say when t is equal to the other one, which was what? 6.31. What will be f? What will be your second derivative? You again substitute. Where there is t now, you put 6.331. Then minus open bracket 9 times t, which is 6.31. Using your calculator direct. Put these things direct on your calculator. Put them direct on your calculator. The first one, you get what?
23.42.
Pardon?
23.42.
23.42. Perfect. This is positive. So this, what is the nature? This is
Is
minimum turning.
23.84. 23.42.
3. Which is 0.42. 23.42. So this is above what? This is above 0, which is greater than 0. So what does this one mean? This means what? This means what? This indicates minimum turning point or maximum? This indicates minimum That's what we said, isn't it? Minimum turning. The value is above 0, so that is minimum turning point, which we don't want. We want a value that helps us to get the maximum turning point. So substitute and see whether you're getting a negative here.
It is negative 87.46.
So this is less than 0 and indicates this indicates the maximum turning point. So from this conclude, now you know the value that can maximize or that can give you the highest. So hence you will say that hence the highest FTSE index okay before you do this, therefore you will say therefore to get the highest FT the highest FTSE T must be equal to 6.31. Okay, hence the highest FT will be equal to now we substitute from what we had in the question here from what we had here. So where there is T, put our value of 6 points. So here it will be 4,000 minus open bracket 16 times 6.31, because here the question doesn't want you to get T. The question is saying you get the highest value. It's not the time that is going to help you to get the highest value. No. If I told the question was about the time that can help you to get the highest value, you stop here. But here we want that highest value. So substitute here. Substitute very fast. Time is almost over. Time is actually over to.
I'm getting 583.87.
All of you are around 500. Please run out to use the calculator. You will thank me later. Those who are not using the calculator, you will get challenges in your exam. So the value you're getting it as the for what?
It's me, Abby.
Yes, please.
On the second derivative, why is the squared bit outside the brackets?
On the second derivative,
Where are we finding the value of where the t is given by 6.31? I see the square thing is outside the brackets.
No, this is wrong. It should be like this.
And it's not giving me a negative.
It's not giving you a negative. It's giving you what? You repeat, this is negative. Remember, this is negative. So on your calculator, put negative 32 plus open bracket 48 times this, close bracket, minus open bracket, 9 times this squared. This is the one that is squared, 6.31. You close bracket. What do you have? It is not a negative.
Let me try again.
Hey, I thought you were doing. Okay, so here, what do you have the final answer?
Yes, yes, yes. It
If
is
you are not,
4,183.87.
if you are not getting this, you do until you get it. Eh? You need now, like it, you are using the phone. If things are hard, you look at one by one, eh? One by one, but you'll be wasting time. These things you press on the calculator. If a figure is in bracket, you put it in a bracket. If it has a power 3, you have power on your calculator. Put power 3. Okay, so that is the value. That is the value. We are done with that part. We are done with that part. Last part. At what time of the day is the highest stock value attained? Part C. This question was good. So the time will be what? So from 9 a.m. you need to add this time. You need to add this time to know the exact time you will be dealing with. So here, the time when the FTSE is highest is I get my 9 a.m. Remember, I need time my 9 a.m. My 9 a.m. Then I add the 6.31 hours. To those who missed, to those who missed the primary. Do we have someone who missed primary? These things. If this is 9 a.m. and you add 6.31 hours, what will be that time? What will be that time? 9 a.m. add 6.31 hours. What will be that time? So here it's like you're adding, in short, you're getting this. You're getting this AM, then plus, you see this 6, these are your 6 hours, 6 hours, 6 hours, and what? And how many minutes? So for you to get minutes, you get 0.31. Already you have removed the 6, so you're left with 0. So 0.31 times 60 minutes. That's how, if you want to get in minutes. So it will be 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Plus 6 hours and and how many minutes? 6 hours and how many minutes? When you multiply those, it will be how many minutes? How many minutes are those? 18. These are like 18 minutes. So guys, I want you to tell me the time now, the exact time. If this is 9 a.m. and you add 6 hours, what will be that time? If right now is 9 a.m. and we add 6 hours, what will be that time? Use your fingers, please. Be counting, 9 a.m. Now start 9 a.m. That one is don't count 9 a.m. Now start from 10 a.m. That is 1 hour. 11 a.m. Those are 2 hours. That is noon. 1 p.m. 2 p.m. Then 3 p.m. You use your fingers. Use your fingers. So it will be 3 p.m. 3 p.m. 3 p.m. and 3 p.m. and it will be 3 p.m. and 18 minutes. 18 minutes. Okay, sorry. It will be 18 minutes past 3, but this is p.m. I hope you're understanding how I'm getting this. Don't count 9 a.m. 9 a.m. don't count it. So start from 10. Count 6 hours. So it is 10 a.m., 11 a.m. Those are 2. Noon, that is 12. Then you go to 1 p.m. Those are 4 hours. Then you go to 2 p.m. Those are 5. 3 p.m. Those are 6 hours. So that will be 3 p.m. and 18 minutes. So which is written like this. So that was supposed to be your answer. For now, I think really these questions are many. We have cut many numbers. This is 1. This is 2. Okay, this is 3. Then we did the other ones of November. There are many. We did many. Okay. Here. Then here. Guys, we have done a lot of questions. This is really spoon feeding. Then here. So I believe that's enough for now. Let's meet next time.